Well, hello there and welcome back. This week, we're going to continue on that courage journey, and that courage path involves your team or the team that you're on. Now, for those of you asking, well, how does a team show courage? The team doesn't necessarily show courage in general, but the individuals on the team can. Now, when you think about courage in the team, you as a leader can influence all of that to say, hey, take a chance. Remember last week when we talked about admitting, hey, I don't know, and there's always that second step? It's the same thing from a team perspective. Sometimes you may have team members that know more than you do about a subject. And that's great because what you need to do as a leader is have the courage to say, hey, tell me more. Help me understand. So that you're not the one standing in the way of that progress, but you're saying, well, I don't understand that much, but I do understand that you have the passion to see it through. I'm going to take the opportunity and have the courage to help you and support you in this. I'm going to ask you questions so that you're prepared to have that and that you can deliver on some of the things that we're talking about. Now, I'm not going to give you a specific story because just like composure, sometimes showing that for a team really is about giving them the opportunities to deliver on the courage that they have. Whether it's a small thing about somebody saying, hey, listen, I don't like public speaking. Help encourage that team member so that they can make those changes to improve their public speaking. Have the public speaking be one-on-one, then expand it to two, then expand it to more, so that they have the opportunity to engage with that audience. Public speaking is tough. It's one of those things where most people don't have enough time, especially those of us that are introverts. I'm only talking to the camera here. So imagine standing in a room of 200, 300, 400 people and trying to get these messages across clearly. I can also stop and pause. When you're in a meeting, whether it's 2 or a dozen, it doesn't matter. You can't really stop and pause. And for me as an individual who sometimes stutters because that next piece doesn't just come out, that's the concern that I would have standing in a room of many hundreds. Now, I've done it, but it's also a caution to where I still need to have the courage to do it. So what can I do to help build some of that? I have a very big support network, and that's what you should encourage as a leader, or as an individual, you should look for it to where you have the courage to ask somebody to help guide you, to help give you some of that additional information, but also the opportunities to build that skill. Look for your mentor in that case, and make sure that you're connecting with those individuals, whether it's a leader or whether it's that mentor that I mentioned, that you have the courage to make a change for the better for you. It's doing those little things that impact not only yourself and your personal career, but your team in general. So if you don't have challenges with public speaking, help somebody that does. If you have challenges with one item, then seek out people on the team, whether you're a leader or whether you're a part of the team, seek out those individuals that can help you make some of those changes. Remember, the first part is saying, I don't know. The second part is doing something about it. As a team, do the same thing. Pair up those people that have those challenges if they're not finding them themselves. But then they have to have that courage to say, hey, I don't do this well. Because eventually, they'll start coming out to where they tell you what their challenge is and ask you for advice in overcoming it. We have people on many of the teams that keep on saying, well, I'm not very good at blah, blah, blah. Excellent. So-and-so is. Let's connect you with you two so that you align. Now, the courage then is that next step where it's, what am I going to do about it? And that's how you're measuring, is how successful was it at the end? And that success is measured by the fact that you did it. It's not measured by the 5s or the 4s or the 10s or whatever your scale is based off of. It's measured on the fact that you accomplished that one thing and that you kept going. So that courage piece for you and for your team really has to come from not just the external measurement, but the internal measurement of, I'm comfortable to do that again. So as we wrap up this whole series here, or the C of courage, think back to any time that you've had that moment where you've demonstrated courage in a team environment. And share that in the comments, share that with somebody else, because those are the type of things that encourage other people to grow and to make those changes themselves. Well, that about does it for this week. Next week, we're going to talk through your questions and hopefully engage you a little bit more in some of our discussions. So reach out, have a conversation with others, talk to us. We'll see you next week with your questions and engagement. Thanks, and have a great day.